Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Sports Time HQ. I'm your host, Fernando. Joining with me today is my great co-host, Gary. Gary, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm excited. It's another beautiful Sunday for football, so we're all set to go here. How you doing?
You know, I'm doing good. It's another. We're officially about halfway through our fantasy seasons.
Mhm.
I mean, it's been going. It hasn't been a bad year, but it's definitely been an interesting year, like we say
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, no, I could definitely agree with that.
How are you feeling on your Browns?
Hey, man, it's a big game coming up. No, I totally expect them to get mopped the floor with, to be totally honest with you. Or else I probably would have gone to the game. But I
Really?
am not. Well, yeah, I definitely would have gone to the game if they wanted to keep it competitive today, or maybe have Shedeur Sanders give it a go today. But neither of
He's on the
those are
injury
going to
report.
happen today. So yeah, he is on the injury report. But even if he was fully healthy, he wasn't going to play. Yeah, last time I went there, I think was 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and Austin Hooper caught a touchdown for the first points of the game, and I thought, oh, maybe we might be in store for a good one. Pretty sure we lost 45-7. So
No shot. No
yeah,
shot.
in the two games that I've been to for the Browns, opponents have outscored the Browns 65-10.
Oh, moral of the story is your Browns just suck in general. So
Well, yes, but it's not like I could have got like I went to the Dolphins game last year where they lost 20-3. Not like I could have gone to the Dolphins game this year where they won 31-6.
yeah,
Like, God forbid, right?
God forbid. Um, well, I guess let's get into some great news for the Patriots. They're gonna win the Super Bowl this year, right, Gary?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Start with the division. I mean, that's definitely possible. Like I
Yeah.
said, I still think I'm gonna go with Buffalo, but this is their best shot they've had in a little bit. I mean, the schedule is there, and
hmm
they're playing good. Drake May is playing like a top 5 quarterback. He's playing like an MVP candidate. So
Listen, I just saw rumors. We obviously know Brian Thomas Jr. is now on the trade block. They're looking to trade him away. There's a big trade rumor that he could be getting shipped up to Boston, up to New England.
we'll see. I don't really think it makes sense for them to trade him anywhere because
No, it
he just
doesn't.
came
They
he just
shouldn't.
came off an unbelievable rookie season. He's only in his second year. Yeah, he started out slow, but sophomore slump is a real thing. I mean, we've seen it with a lot of players. I still think he's a good wide receiver. I thought he was way overhyped last year, but he's still a great receiver. You can't, put up those numbers that he did last year and not be a great receiver. So,
Yeah.
uh, I think that's kind of more like, how do I want to put this? Like how just to think about it, how the Guardians were thinking of dealing Stephen Kwan this year. They were
Yeah.
asking for unbelievable overpays, trades that they would win outright. I feel like the Jags are doing the exact same thing. They have no intention to trade him, but see how desperate teams are. And, if they can get like a first rounder or something like that, then, who knows, maybe they pull the trigger, but it wouldn't happen.
No, I don't think it will, but it'd be crazy. It just goes to show that they do want to try and
Yeah.
move on, and they want to try and change up the team. We do have Liam Cohen as the new head coach there, so maybe he's not the one that drafted Brian Thomas. He's drafted Travis Hunter, so maybe he
Hey,
wants to get rid of him.
even if you can't get Brian Thomas, I mean, Olave, I heard Olave's on the block. I saw both Olave and Rashid
I
Shaheed
wouldn't
on the
mind
block.
Olave. I thought we were
Yeah,
going to trade for Olave last year.
I want him to get out of New Orleans, man. The same reason that I want Garrett Wilson to get out of New York, because they're both such good receivers, and if they have a semi decent quarterback throwing the ball, then you know, or if they're just in a good offense in general, they're going to be so much better.
Yeah, very. I highly agree. Highly agree with that. And Rashid Shaheed hasn't looked bad either.
No,
Been the waiver wire.
he's been like one of my guys the last couple of years. Like,
Yeah,
people have
you've been
been.
talking about him all season.
Oh, because he's like a guaranteed like 8 points a game, but he's gonna
hmm
give you like every like I want to say one in every 3 games, he's gonna give you like a 15 and 20 point game. And I
Yeah,
love that. Like, I love Like, obviously, you don't want 8 points. Like, it doesn't sound sexy at all, but
No.
it's consistency that I absolutely love. Like, give me a player who's gonna give 8 to 10 points a week. However, you have the chance of him going 20 plus every week, more than a guy that's gonna give you like 5 and then 25 and then like 3, 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like you don't want that in fantasy. That's what
No, you don't.
players that might finish high in the league, but you can also blame for losing your league because you just can't rely on them every single week.
No, and that's the thing. You want to get players that you can rely on every week, and if you can't get players can't rely on, then what's the point of having them at
Right.
that point?
Exactly.
Well, let's get into some quick news notes, some injuries, and then we'll get into some TikTok questions. I know the TikTok is going nuts over there; they're going crazy. But one big thing is Tyreek Hill. He came out and he said he is uncertain about the future after his knee injury. He has not yet decided on his future yet, but he did say in quotes that he is happy with the career he has had. So, Gary, this goes to the question: is Tyreek going to play another snap of football, or is he going to officially hang it up?
I hope, man, because I hope he plays because I've always loved watching him. Fastest player in a little while to ever touch the field.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs is crazy. Then he comes to the Dolphins and has like another career year. So it's been really fascinating to watch what he's been able to do on the gridiron. I would love for him to, suit up for, 2 more seasons. And I think he easily
Two
has it
more.
within him. I think he easily has it in him.
Really?
He, in all honesty, he was like starting to come back into that Tyreek Hill that we know. You know, he and Tua, they haven't really always been on the same page, especially this year. But he was really starting to come back to life before he ended up getting injured. So it really sucks how it happened. But I would love for him to get out of Miami, sign a new contract, and suit him up for I think 2 more years.
Yeah, I think I would like to see him come back one more season. I think kind of test your waters, see if you can be the guy that can still do good, or be productive anyways. If that's not the case, at least you now know you tried. You tried to come back.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't really want to play much after his age 30 season, so it's also he's already been open about that.
I get it. I mean, it's also the fact that he's been like moving around too, and he's had all these like outside legal problems. But he had 265 yards in 4 games, so it's like 70 yards a game. He was, kind of starting to get back in a little bit. And that first game he had was pretty bad. So, I mean, I think he was kind of starting to look back into form. I would love to see him suit up again.
Yeah, I'd like to see him one more time. One more time. All right, let's dive into the injury report. We're getting bombarded with questions, guys. We'll get right to it. Just let us go through the injury report, and then we got you guys covered. A lot of quarterbacks on the injury report again. Surprise, surprise. But I'll go down the list again, Gary. You know the drill. Tell me which player comes to mind for the quarterback position. I think we kind of know where we're going to go on this one. But anyways, Michael Penix, he's got a bone bruise in his knee. He is going to miss this game against Miami. Kirk Cousins is going to start. Lamar Jackson, a hamstring injury. He is out against Chicago, planning on a Week 9 return. Taylor Huntley to start at quarterback. Bryce Young officially won't be available. Again, he is dealing with that high ankle sprain. Jaden Daniels, again, hamstring injury. He is out. Marcus Mariota to start. We know J.J. McCarthy has not played yet. He won't start on Thursday Night Football. Looked not great. Brock Purdy, he's still dealing with that toe injury. He is out at once again. Mac Jones is going to start again today. And Tyrod Taylor, so funny how Justin Fields get benched for Tyrod Taylor. And now Tyrod Taylor is dealing with a knee injury, and he is going to be out. Which means, guys, Justin Fields is going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, so obviously the biggest name here is Lamar Jackson, and it sucks, man. I talked about it last week, I think. We were all kind of hoping that he would be able to come back this week. He practiced on Wednesday. I think he practiced on Thursday, too. So I honestly expected him to play. I was totally gearing up to have him back, and then we just have our, feet swept out from underneath us, and we see that report that he's not playing this week. And it just sucks. Like I said, it's a second round guy that, you expect to get 20, 25 plus points a game that, he's done when he was healthy, but he's missed the last, 4 weeks plus the bye. So it's like, kind of start to get into this territory where if he doesn't come back, then, week 12, then you're already screwed if you're trying to, win those last couple of games to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem. I mean, Lamar Jackson, I think they're now seeing that. I mean, if they lose today, you're looking at really the season being over for you.
Right.
And maybe that's what we're seeing. I mean, we saw last year with the 49ers. The 49ers had a great season, Super Bowl in the past couple of years, and then last year just dud of a season. This could be this year's Ravens for the Ravens. And next year we could see Lamar Jackson tearing it up. I tell you, Lamar Jackson is not in the MVP race this time. I tell you that.
No, but I'll tell you what, if anybody ever had doubt about Lamar Jackson winning an MVP, those should be put to rest because they are awful without him. And I totally think that like the Bills, for example, would be the same without Josh Allen. But, I've seen a lot of people say that, Josh Allen is clearing away the MVP front runner and, the Ravens would still be a good team. They're not. They're just not without Lamar. And again, the same would be said about Josh Allen if he were hurt. But Lamar means so much to the Ravens that, they're going to probably be, in my opinion, 1-7, I think, if they lost today. And I think they're going to lose today to the Bears. So I think they'll be 1-7. And, that's Lamar coming back. I don't know if he can save that.
Yeah. I'll tell you the MVP race right now, based on Fox Sports. It's Patrick Mahomes is the front runner. Surprise. Josh Allen, number 2, Baker, number 3, Drake May, number 4, and Matthew Stafford, number 5. Trying to see if there's any other players, but it looks like it's all quarterbacks.
Josh Allen that high is very surprising.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I mean, again, it's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I personally think Drake May should be in the conversation for 1 and 2, and that's not me trying to be biased, but he's genuinely looked good with the talent that he's had around him. He's actually looked really good.
I think, in my personal honest opinion, I think number 1's Mahomes. He's been going off and got like a 14-1 touchdown to pick ratio. Like he's, in my opinion, right now the most formidable player for the MVP. However, I think 2 and 3 is, you could switch between Mayfield and Drake. Like, I don't care. You have a 2 and 3, but that's my top 3. I don't think Josh Allen should be higher than any of those guys right now.
No. I think I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised, to be honest. But Jalen Hurts not in the top 5 as well.
Doesn't surprise me, to be really honest with you.
He's actually not even in the top 10.
This is what happens, man. Like I said, you stop this Eagles run, and the teams that have played the Eagles have held Saquon Barkley to under 100 yards for how long? But
Jalen Hurts actually didn't look bad last week. He had to
throw
the ball a lot.
It's not necessarily that he hasn't looked bad. It's just the fact that you're forcing Jalen Hurts to be the best player, and I don't think that he is. In all honesty, he's just not. It's Saquon Barkley, and once you stop Saquon Barkley, I don't think the Eagles are quite nearly as good. And that's obvious to say. But, I think they're a much, much easier team to beat when you stop Saquon Barkley. And we found that out so far. They've lost to, some teams that we didn't really expect them to lose to.
Didn't expect them to
Giants.
lose to Giants? Giants.
Oh, that's right. You called that. That's right.
But it's also a division game. It's a division game.
It is a division game, but on any given day, anything can happen. But also on any given day, you don't expect the Eagles to lose to the Giants.
No, true. Let's go into the running backs. Bucky Irving dealing with a big injury again. He is out against New Orleans. So Rachaad White, clear-cut number 1 back. DeAndre Swift dealing with a groin injury. He is going to play against Baltimore. Breece Hall, there was a lot of question with basically the whole team being injured. Breece Hall is dealing with that knee injury. He is likely to play. And then Aaron Jones, we mentioned how he was activated. He was planning to be activated. He had a 21-day window. I didn't expect him to play Thursday Night Football. I was surprised. He ended up playing. went 5 attempts for 15 yards, 4 targets, 2 receptions on 15 yards. Not a great day, but again, I mean, I was just surprised. But we should have known that he was going to be limited. They did mention that.
Hey, I mean, he's back. Definitely limited, obviously, but that's probably the last week. Well, maybe next week if he still had that hamstring lingering. But if he's back healthy, then everybody that was kind of having Jordan Mason kind of be like their RB2 can't really rely on him to be the RB2 anymore. I think after next week, that's just going to be my guess. But that's kind of an obvious one. You know, the starter comes back, and that's kind of what happens. Although they do split carries almost 50-50, to be totally honest with you. But I am still not relying on Jordan Mason anymore. But obviously the biggest name here is Bucky Irving. Man, he's got to get healthy. I don't have him in any leagues, but I had him last year. I had him for Dynasty last year. I actually just traded him probably towards the start of the season. But he's such a stud when he's healthy, and he was looking to have a great season when he started this year, the first 3 or 4 weeks. But you know, he's again a second rounder that you rely on to get 15 to 20 plus points every week that you need in your lineup, and he's just not been there.
No, he hasn't, and that's also been a problem too as well. But I think Rashad White is another guy who we could see on the trade block, who we should see on the trade block, because I hate the talent to go and be horrendous.
Yeah.
And just be a backup. Like, he doesn't deserve to be a backup.
I agree with you on that. I think he's way more talented than a backup spot. Shows I was such a Rashad White believer when he went off that 1,000-yard season or whatever it was. But like I said, man, the Bucs just rotate backs so often. And I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen with Bucky Irving because he's young, he's a star.
Yeah.
But they've done in the past. So I don't know.
Baker, appreciate the follow on TikTok. Let's go into the receivers. A lot of big names as well. And a lot of them out as well. Calvin Austin dealing with shoulder injury. He is expected to play this week against Green Bay. Nico Collins dealing with a concussion. He is out against San Francisco. AJ Brown, hamstring injury. He is out against the Giants. Christian Watson, knee injury. He is activated from the PUP list, so he is expected to start against Pittsburgh today. Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel dealing with the quad and heel. They are both expected to play finally against Kansas City this week. Huge news for Washington fans. Calvin Ridley, hamstring injury. He is out against Indianapolis. And then Garrett Wilson, of course, knee injury. He is out against Cincinnati. I mean, if it wasn't for Breece Hall and Mason Taylor playing, I must say, the Jets would literally be all with backups on the offense.
Yeah. I think 2 names to look for here, even though the guys that are playing are Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. Like I said, they're the only 2 out of the only 3 guys on here out of 10 names that are playing. But I think they're definitely some names to watch out for because even though they are expected to play, it's possible that they still don't. And it's possible that they're limited, even if they are to play. But the biggest thing is that they play tomorrow, right? So if they are to be, by any chance ruled out, then that's probably a position that you just pencil in for 0 points, which sucks.
Yeah, which is sad. It's sad. But I agree. I think the biggest names are Deebo and Scary Terry. I think them both coming back, Washington might still lose, but having them back is huge. AJ Brown's also a big blow. But I think those 2 coming back, it really helps the offense be productive. Hurt Zach Ertz, honestly, a little bit. I think Zach Ertz is also a bench this week, and that's solely because Daniels is out, Yeah, Daniels being out. I think that's solely the biggest problem, Jaden Daniels being out. It's hard to start Zach Ertz, and I didn't notice that at first. You pointed that out. And then we finally saw it when Jaden Daniels came back. Zach Ertz played great. Yeah. For tight ends, and then we'll jump into all your questions out there on TikTok. 313, appreciate the follow as well. David Njoku dealing with that knee injury. He is questionable against New England. Brock Bowers, again, we know is dealing with that knee injury. We're hoping he comes back next week, but they are on a bye week. Darren Waller the waiver wire hero. He is landing on IR with the pectoral strain, and McDaniel saying he will be on IR, but it is not season ending. I mean, he is out for 3-4 weeks. I mean, the guy's going to be gone for a bit. I think it's going to be more than just those minimum weeks. And then Mason Taylor dealing with a quad injury, likely to play against Cincinnati. I know he just came back. I mean, 4 weeks in, the old man gets hurt again. But I must say he was balling out in fantasy.
Yeah, he was doing good. It sucks. I know, in all honesty, if he had stayed healthy and played how he did the first 2 weeks or so, then he could have been easily a league winner for teams.
Yep.
But of course, Brock Bowers is the biggest storyline here. Hopefully, it's not a Lamar Jackson scenario in which you expect him to return after the bye and then he doesn't. But he just hasn't played pretty much the entire season, and you just need that. I mean, he's your second round pick. Again, all these second round picks are getting hurt. Lamar,
it's crazy.
Bucky, Powers, even Nico Collins, who was probably a late first, early second round pick. He's out now too. It's it just sucks how injuries can, take your money in fantasy, right?
I literally was joking with my friend the other day. I was literally joking around saying, wow, you drafted a team and we're in week 8 and not one person, I think, except for Drake May, I think. Well, actually, no, because Brock Purdy was a starter. There's not one person that you're starting that was week 1 starter because they're all injured.
Yeah. I am in a big money league, and my starting lineup is Purdy, Neighbors, Nico, James Conner, I think David Montgomery, Njoku, and that was my starters. And I forgot who I had at flex, but now that team is due to injury, Baker and Mecca, Xavier Worthy, J.K. Dobbins, Travion Henderson, Trey McBride. I ended up trading for him, so that was nice.
That's good.
But my team got instantly worse because I lost Neighbors, I lost James Conner. I'm sorry, my second running back was actually Kamara. I ended up trading him and Nico for McBride and a couple other players, but it was a move that I needed to make, and then all of a sudden, my running backs just turn to trash. So my team, what I'm trying to say here is screwed, and Neighbors and Connor getting hurt just forced me to be in such a bad position to have to make a move. And will it help me? I don't know. But
what's your record?
3-4. So
it's honestly not that bad. 3-4. It sounds terrible, but 3-4 this season, anyways, actually is a playoff contending team.
Yeah, I'm 8th right now. But the real reason why I'm 8th, and this isn't a 12-man league. Well, I mean, I'm 3-4, but I put up the least points out of everybody that's 3-4.
Damn.
And like I said, I had Connor go down with injury. I had Neighbors go down with injury. And Mecca got hurt at some point. So it's I've dealt with it. I had Purdy too. Purdy was actually my starting quarterback.
No way.
Purdy went down too. Yeah, that's what it was. I was forced to trade for Baker, McBride, and I think Travion. That was the trade that I got.
I mean, it's not bad. It's really
no. It was a good return, especially for me expecting Travion to get more carries than he started with. I traded away Nico and Kamara. That's all I gave up. And I got Baker, McBride, and Henderson. So far it's been all right. But it's
Henderson's the big killer, though.
Yeah, and especially because I had to give up Kamara. Now my RB room is J.K. Dobbins, David Montgomery, and Travion Henderson. So
I think moral of the story is Henderson sucks. Don't draft OSU players.
Listen,
they suck.
I don't know about that because Jackson's going nuclear. But
that's true. That's true.
If Travion's coming out party is against my Cleveland Browns, then I will be totally all for it. That's totally fine with me.
What jersey are you wearing, by the way? Is it Judkins?
Shedeur.
Oh, throw that in a dumpster fire. Oh my God.
Well, baby.
Throw it in a dumpster.
Yes,
I didn't realize on YouTube that you were through the YouTube platform. I wasn't noticing that you were wearing a jersey, but I looked on TikTok and I was like, he's wearing a jersey.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, we honestly finished these news notes, everything all mad quick. But the bigger questions that we have to face is questions on TikTok. Everyone's been spamming the TikTok questions.
Yeah,
We
they're
got
going
questions
crazy.
on TikTok. Let's start going in it. Money bags. Well, you know what? Let's start with a little trade question. Money bags over there. Who could I trade realistically to get for BTJ and Teratera McMillan? It depends on what you're looking for to improve. If you're looking to get rid of both, I would personally think that you could easily get Judkins. Maybe if you're looking for a tight end, Jake Ferguson, Trey McBride, I would think that those have to be in the conversation if you're getting rid of those two players.
Yeah, I mean, those are two pretty good wide receivers. Neither of them are alphas this year, of course, but
No.
I think you could, maybe send them to
BTJ gets traded.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. The thing is, like, the Jaguars are playing good, so it's like you'd expect him to be, a big part of that offense, but he just really hasn't been.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get it going, so I still wouldn't trade him, but it's like I get it if you're in a position where you need to. You can, I think, get an alpha. Like, I think that you could send those two in, maybe get a Buka if you want, or put something else in there and get CD. I think you could try to do that. Like, realistically, I think you could. It all depends what you're trying to get. Again, you're sending two wide receivers to get another wide receiver that I named. If you're looking for a running back, then I think, there are a lot of guys in that range that you can get. So
there's a lot of range on it. The real appreciate the follow on TikTok. Paper Chaser, I saw he's been commenting multiple times earlier too. Dak or Caleb Williams to start this week? Gary, how you feeling?
I think Williams. I think Caleb's gonna have a great game, but
against the Ravens,
yeah, their defense is not good at all. Like, it's allowing the 25th most points to quarterbacks. I want to start Caleb Williams, but I think I'm gonna go with Dak, and I'm actually starting Dart over.
Good,
Caleb Williams
as you should be. Dart should be the starter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going off a small sample size, but I'll, play the numbers, I guess. He's been going off and he's done it. He's gotten better every week as the season's going on. So I'm kind of hoping, even if Caleb Williams puts up 25 points, maybe he can give me 30 and, I just won't have to worry about it. I think Caleb's going to give you a good game. I like either option, but I'll go with Dak. I think there's slightly more upside with Dak there.
I think it's going to be actually a high-scoring game for Dak because they're going against the Broncos. So I am going to lean Dak. But again, Caleb's going against the Ravens. I would say it's supposed to be a good game for Caleb, but don't forget the Ravens aren't going to look great. So we might see a big game with DeAndre Swift.
Yeah,
it might be more of a run-heavy game. Brendan, Flacco or Fields?
I don't know, man. That's two terrible options. I want to say Fields just due to the fact that the Bengals defense is awful and the Jets defense is solid. It's good.
Can we just say that both of them are facing each other today?
No, yeah, I know. That's saying, yeah, Flacco goes against a tough defense. Fields does not. They're both not great. I would probably lean Fields even though he's without Wilson. Man, that's a tough decision.
I would lean on Fields also, and that's solely because Bengals defense doesn't look good. They probably will have to be passing the ball the whole time, and not to mention you brought up a good point. Jets have a good defense. That's the one thing going for them. Just usually defenses wins games, but this team can't win anything. Team can't even win if they face the OSU team. But Fields is also mobile. He's a mobile quarterback, so that's also another thing. Flacco is not.
It's not.
So
just simply put.
Yeah, we'll simply put that. The 40-year-old was just on a couch a couple years ago eating a bag of chips watching the games.
Right.
Kamara in the chat, not actual Alvin Kamara. Do I feel confident starting Tyler Algier?
That's a great question. I'm starting him in one of my leagues just because, well, I have 2 running backs on buys. So I kind
There's a lot of running backs on buys.
Yeah, so I kind of got forced to do that. I'm assuming you're kind of in the same position unless you got, some injuries. Honestly, yes. If he's gonna even play, I don't know if he had any injury update, but he was questionable coming into today. I just love the upside and the fact that he's playing the Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins' run defense is awful, and I think that he can get like 10 carries, then he could easily break one off and score a touchdown. So I think I'm confident in starting him. Again, he's got to play. He's questionable right now. But like I said, the Miami defense is awful. The run defense, especially, is just awful. Probably the worst in the league. So even though he's a backup, I still feel confident and hope that they're blowing them out by the third quarter and he can be the guy getting the carries.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, also, a lot of you guys are asking questions on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. You can ask questions on YouTube. We will see those as the priority questions. So if you guys do have questions you guys definitely want us to answer, go on our YouTube channel. We're live also there. And ironically, we also have a question on YouTube that we get right into. From Messon, I want to say. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. But if Drake London is out, do I drop Goddard and play Mooney over Schultz, or just play Schultz and Goddard?
I get it.
He also had a sub question, or do I drop Jennings and play Mooney?
That's a tough question. I honestly was thinking of even starting Mooney myself this week because Kirk Cousins might sling that rock. Like I was thinking about that especially, but
they played together when Kirk Cousins was a starter too.
Yeah, and Mooney was good. Like that was like Mooney's breaking out. So, that's a tough question, man. I'm also starting Schultz though. I'm starting Schultz this week. He's been, kind of doing good in Houston, and now Nico Collins is out. So I'm just gonna ride with Schultz. Play Schultz and Goddard.
I think the moral of the story is if London is out and he is not playing, then Mooney is the guy that I think you do need to start because that's a wide receiver 1 right there.
Yeah, but he's asking for 2 players, I think.
No, he's asking because I'm guessing one's a flex spot. I'm guessing the Mooney spot.
In all honesty, I would sit Goddard.
I would start Schultz and Mooney if that becomes the question.
That's what I'm trying to say too. Yeah, that's what
I agree. I agree. Misson also has another question on YouTube, guys. YouTube. Drake. Well, technically, I am right. Drake May or Dak Prescott?
Both going up against good defense, so it's kind of tough. I would stick with May just because he's been going off. I mean, Dak has been too. But I think, the Browns offense isn't going to show up, and that's no surprise. So May will have a lot of scoring opportunity, and I think you have kind of more upside with him this week.
May we have all the trust in that quarterback. He does say that he'll have to drop Goddard. I think I'm okay if it's a 1 quarterback. Oh, it's also 2 flex spots, by the way.
Well, I'm
still up to start Mooney and Schultz because Nico's also out.
I think Goddard's like tight end 5, so you can't really drop him. But I'm not a Goddard fan.
Both tight ends.
Well, no,
in the flex?
That's not something that I would do. I know it's not something that you would do either. But
no.
I am bigger on Schultz this week over Goddard. But if you have to drop him, then I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. If you have to drop him, I think it's okay to start both. If you really don't want to drop him, because it doesn't sound like you do actually want to drop him. But I will say I don't think you can go wrong with either decision you make because both Nico Collins and AJ Brown are out, so their top receivers for both teams are out. So, just saying. Let's go back onto some TikTok. Chastity, Waddle, or Kamara for the flex spot? Give me Waddle. Waddle with Darren Waller out.
I'm going with Kamara, man.
Of course you are.
I'm going with Kamara because I think I mentioned this last week. or on our waiver wire show, I think I mentioned it. He's the guy that I'm going to be trying to trade for, like in all my leagues. Already tried in Dynasty, and I got shut down.
I'll give him to you.
But yeah, Kendre Miller is out, and he's like the guy that was slowly starting to like get more and more carries as the season's gone on. Now he has no competition in that backfield at all besides who? Rookie Devin Neal. Is that the next guy?
Yeah. Devin Neal's the next guy.
RB room. So that doesn't really, or if, in all honesty, don't get me started. Taysom Hill will get more carries than anybody else.
Oh no! Don't even bring that guy
and you know that for a fact, and you know how I feel about him. So
you love that guy.
I absolutely despise him, but I think Alvin Kamara is the start for me. I think he's gonna, maybe start to turn back the clock a little bit for the next couple of weeks, just due to the fact that Kendrick Miller's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
he's got no competition in that backfield.
He doesn't have competition, but I'm also a guy that I think Waddle. I've been more on the Waddle train, and with Darren Waller officially out, there's no other really good receiver except for Malik Washington. It's the next guy.
Yeah, that's fine with me too. I mean, I think I'm a big Waddle believer too. Like, I think he just kind of had a bad week against the Browns, and people kind of overreacted. But before that, he had 2 solid weeks as the wide receiver, one with Tyreek out, and I kind of expect him to pick it up. But I think Kamara will do better.
Yeah. Skunky, appreciate the follow. Double LD Banzi. Oh my goodness. Appreciate you, Russell. Also appreciate the follow. Skunky, Judkins or Tet? Judkins.
Yeah, as much as it is kind of a tough matchup, I think you can't really sit Judkins.
No, you can't. User, also appreciate the follow. Russell, appreciate the donut. User, pick one. Dowdle, Judkins, Brees Hall. Non-PPR. Judkins.
Again, I think you got to go Judkins, especially if it's non-PPR.
How about this?
User,
most. Judkins or Olave?
Yeah, it's a little bit tougher because Olave's starting to, Olave's just, if you're an Olave owner, man, you love him. I mean, he's just been so consistent this year. Hasn't gone under double digits yet, and he's played every game, I think. So I'm going to lean Judkins just because I think there's more upside there, but you already know you're going to get 10 to 12 from Olave, just at the worst. As 4.
I think both are good start options, but I also am leaning Judkins a little bit. Raphael, I believe I said that. Yeah, Raphael, appreciate the follow. Swift or Kamara? I have a feeling I know where you're going to go, and I'm going to go the opposite direction.
In all honesty, I don't know because the Ravens' defense is so bad, and it's possible that Swift has a phenomenal game.
He will have a phenomenal game.
I'm honestly probably going to lean Swift.
Okay, I'm leaning Swift as well. Let's see. DLT, Henry or Schultz? Schultz.
I'm gonna go Schultz too, but I think Hunter Henry is a huge touchdown. Or I think he's a weapon to get a touchdown today. I think he
I can see it.
End zone.
I can also see it. Russell, 12 PPR. We got to pick one, Gary. Shakir, Booty, Franklin, or Woody Marks?
What? Jesus.
Or bench all of them and start Russell's donut that he gifted to us.
Who are the Texans?
I'm going to start the Texans. I think I'm going to start Woody, just saying. But the Texans this week are facing the 49ers. We think that they have a good defense, Gary, but they don't have that great of a defense because it's all banged up.
I think they're actually pretty good against. I think they're actually pretty good against the run. I'm going to say
Warner, just Fred Warner.
I know
for the season.
I know.
Just FYI.
Doesn't mean that anybody else.
That's true. Leo, Rashad White or Rome Odunze at the flex. Whew. I'm going to say Rashad White, but both are going to have a good game.
White. I don't know Rashad White.
Yeah, both of them are going to have a game. Rylan, Dak or Bake?
I'm going to go with Baker.
I'm going to go with Baker as well. There we go. Double L decided to ban Z. They came back and asked the question. I couldn't even see it. Should I start Worthy or McLaurin? Ooh. Rasheed Rice as a starting wide receiver there. Worthy number 2.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin back. Marcus
Mariota
Mariota the starter.
I'm going to probably go McLaurin.
I hate Worthy, but I'm going to take Worthy. I'm going to take Worthy. I actually do have Scary Terry in a lot of leagues, but I will say I'm actually very cautious to start him this week, and that's because he is coming back for the first time this season, really. Mm-hmm. And I'm nervous because it's also not Jaden Daniels throwing the ball. It's Marcus Mariota. Mm-hmm. And Debo's also back.
Yeah.
I mean, and Debo has had more time, more reps with Marcus Mariota than Terry McLaurin. So we might actually see Debo having a better week than Terry McLaurin does.
Possible.
Just saying. Caden, Tez or Jalen Knoll?
I'm going to go with Tez.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tez as well. Let's see. Worthy or Tez?
I'm going to go Worthy.
Tez. Going against you. Going against it. Any way I can go against Worthy, I'm there.
Okay.
Theo Johnson or Mason Taylor?
I'm going to go Theo Johnson.
I actually might lean Mason Taylor, and that's because Justin Fields is at quarterback.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Billy, what are we thinking? I'm thinking we're gonna win this week. But he did ask a question that I have officially lost. James Cook or Rashad White at the flex?
You can't sit James Cook.
No, you can't. You can't sit James Cook either. Leonard, is there a streaming Texan that you would say to stream this week?
Schultz.
I would say Jalen Knoll. But Schultz obviously is a good shout as well.
I don't want to start any pass catcher that's not Schultz, to be honest with you. And
no, we're not saying to start him. We're just saying stream.
Okay. Well, if anything, I would think that they're asking this because they're maybe in a position to start. But
yeah,
the only guy that I would think of starting that's a pass catcher in that offense is Schultz.
Yeah. Tez Johnson, Teddy McMillan, or Darnell Mooney?
I'm gonna go with Ted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with T-Mac as well. Graham, Flacco or Dalton? Ooh. Hey, Dalton was your waiver wire out of the week. Gary.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So I think I'll have to stick by my guy.
I'm going Flacco. Flacco Nation.
I'll go with Dalton.
Flacco Nation. I'm trying to figure out those emojis. I don't know what the emojis are, but Dak or Baker, we already answered. We're going Baker. Flex Knoll or Shaheed?
I'm going Shaheed.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Shaheed as well. Macaroni, Rasheed Rice for Derrick Henry and George Pickens. Win or L?
What was it?
Rasheed Rice for Derrick Henry and George Pickens. Whose side wins?
Oh, I mean, that's great value for you. That's tough, man. I really hope Derrick Henry can start coming back to life.
Yeah.
You need it too. And if he does, then you easily win that.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Henry side, but it's, again, both sides are good because both sides have good chances to produce. Mm-hmm. Blaze, Mason Taylor, Cade Otton, or Ingram, or Franklin in my flex. Cade Otton.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go on as well.
You don't want Evan Ingram?
No.
No shares him. Woody Marks or Jalen Knoll at the flex?
Woody Marks or Jalen Knoll? I'm going to go with Woody Marks.
Woody Marks. Lil Val Baker or Drake May?
Oof. I think I'm going to go Bake.
Fair enough. All right, we got a couple more questions that we're going to take, and then we're going to end it off. Gary, it's up to you if you want to stay on a couple questions or not. But
yeah, I'll answer like 2 more questions.
Yeah, all right. Dart or Love? Let's just rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Dart.
I'm gonna go Dart. Dak Prescott or Caleb Williams?
Dak. Yeah, I think I already said Dak earlier.
Yeah, Dak. London or Higgins in standard?
I'll say Higgins.
I'm going to also say Higgins. That was from Byron. I think that's going to do it for this week, I want to say. But yeah, Gary, I must say I did get more stuff.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I'll just quickly show you one thing I got.
Yeah.
Got some packs.
Okay.
And got a select.
There we go.
Select box and a pack. So we're gonna open these on Whatnot. So again,
guys,
if you guys want
interested in trading cards, go over to SportsTimeHQ and Whatnot.
SportsTimeHQ on Whatnot. Use whatnot.com/invite/SportsTimeHQ. They'll match first. God dang. They'll give you $15 in free credits. Also, for anyone wondering, go use code SportsTimeHQ on Underdog Fantasy. They'll match first deposit up to $100. So go get some bets. Gary, you betting?
Of course.
That's what we like to hear. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. We're here every single week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and also Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to follow us. We're also live on TikTok all the time and on Whatnot, selling some great sports cards. And we'll see you all next week on Tuesday. Good luck, everyone, in this week's Week 8 matchups. Hope y'all can win.